Well, hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show, and welcome to today's program, friends. We're indeed very pleased and proud to be here. A just beautiful day, nothing short of stunningly beautiful day out here in northwest Louisiana. Great day to be on the range, great day to be shooting, great day to be doing anything outside, but especially shooting. Well, this past week we had another tragic event. We have a young man who essentially threw his life away. He took a couple of other children with him. A young man in a Santee, California school took a .22 revolver down there, and he was picked on, and he was called names, and the children had said he was scrawny. So yeah, he's gonna show them. He's really going to show them. He's going to go down there and he's going to shoot some kids. And he's going to be someone like Conan the Barbarian for just a minute. Or maybe he'll be one of those characters in those video games. He's going to really show them. And he did. And he did. He threw his young life away because he's going to be tried in California. They won't put him to death, but they will give him life without parole. What a sorry shape we've come to. And yes, my heart goes out to those parents that lost their children, certainly those kids that were injured. But you know what? What difference would another law have made? In California alone, I've got a listing here. There are already juvenile gun bans in California. There are background checks on all gun sales, any sort of transfer or sale of firearms, including those exhibited at gun shows, must be made by a licensed California dealer. A juvenile, it is unlawful for a juvenile to have a possession of a gun without a written permission from his parents. There's gun registration for new residents. You go to California, you got 60 days, you got to register your gun in California, any sort of handgun. There's a 10-day waiting period on any sort of firearm. Forget about the NICS check, forget the Brady bill, they wait 10 days anyway. There's mandatory training. No handgun shall be delivered or sold unless the person receiving the firearm presents to the gun dealer a basic firearm safety certificate approved by the California Department of Justice. You can only buy one gun a month. There are restrictive carry laws. It's unlawful to carry a loaded rifle, shotgun, or handgun in any public place or on any public street in an incorporated area or an area where firing a firearm is prohibited. Carrying a handgun concealed is prohibited without a license. It goes on and on and on. There's adult liability for juvenile crimes. There are gun-free schools. It's unlawful to have a gun within 1,000 feet of a schoolyard anyway. What difference did it make? None. The only thing, and we're going to see some of the Ms. Feinstein, Ms. Boxer, Chucky Schumer, the usual suspects, and now Hillary Clinton as well, probably. We're going to see the anti-gun people say, oh yes, they're licking their lips. Here's another chance we can go after those guns, whether it be a revolver or maybe a semi-automatic rifle, whatever it is. They're going to shamelessly use a tragedy of child behavior, not weapons in society. And you know what really burns me up? The media is helping to drive this. And I saw a dissenting report from a media person. A reporter went out there and said, you know, they rolled up to the school and the kids are all outside. They're so excited. They're going to get to be on the news. They're going to get to be on the news. They're going to have all their friends see them on the news. They're going to get to be on TV. At the expense of children dying, at the expense of a tragedy. And the media, you know what? Somebody drove into a crowd here recently, killed 4 people. Remember that? That was out in California too. I don't recall anyone going to that individual. You know, he got out of the car and he was a devil worshiper apparently. He's jumping up and down with the glee that he killed some people. But you know what? I hadn't seen anything for confiscating cars from anybody. And the media didn't go down there and seek out his friends. Well, what was he feeling? What do you think he was feeling when he drove into that crowd? No, you didn't see that, because that was a despicable example of human behavior, to drive into a crowd with a car and kill people. No, you didn't see the weeping parents. Well, I don't know, he's just misunderstood. You didn't see all that. because they had nothing to gain. They're not after cars, not after trucks. They're after these, because they know they can never have their police state until these are removed from our possession. Now, they know it and we know it. Only chance we've got, friends, is to reach more Americans. That's the only chance we have as gun owners, is to reach more Americans and tell them the truth about guns, firearms ownership, who we as patriotic, responsible Americans are. See, the consequences don't matter anymore. That's why we have abortion mills. Well, I'll just do what I feel like at the time. I just feel like this. And no, that's not what it's about. There are consequences to everything we do. Everything we do. When we make a decision to do something, we also make the decision for the consequences. And that's not being taught in school. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. It's why we fought so hard to stay on TV. That's why we fought so hard to stay on the radio. That's why we do what we do. Somebody's got to tell the truth, and right now there aren't enough of us doing it. That's why we're here. I'll tell you what, friends, we're in the fight of our lives. We're in the very fight of our country's life at preserving our freedom. We are indeed. If you want to help us stay here, if you want to help the shooting show stay on the air and reach more people, we got to do it. We've got to find ways. We must do it. We have to. If you want to help us, you can sit down and write a check to the shooting show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Doubly, Louisiana, zip code 71024. You can help us stay on the air, friends. It's our 1 hour TV a week. That's not enough. It's not enough. And unfortunately, there aren't these messages going out anywhere else. We can fix that. It's going to take money to do it. Well, we're so pleased and proud to be here with you today. And I keep saying, if you want a gun like this G3 from Century International, we'll have their address later in the show. Heck, if you want any gun, I don't believe I'd put it off, because we could have things, there are things going on around the world now that could negate our firearms ownership or the availability of firearms at any moment, at any time. Same goes for ammunition. Call Georgia Arms quick as you can. Get their catalog, because, friends, we're down to it. We live in very strange and dangerous times. Well, you know, I want to make a point here. We're always encouraging accuracy. Got our volunteer water bottle out there. You know what? A hit with a .22 is better than a miss with a .44 Magnum. But then neither one are as good as a hit with our .460. Yep.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Friends, this is the new Georgia Arms 20th anniversary catalog. Of course, has a memorial there to our good friend Jim Clark there on the cover. This is a terrific catalog from the finest ammunition maker in the United States. They have all kinds of great prices on all sorts of ammunition: 243 Winchester, 270s, 7.62 by 39 Russian. All kinds of great stuff. They've even got 308 tracers, 30-06 tracers, all kinds of neat stuff here in this great new Georgia Arms catalog. They have components if you want to load your own ammo, and look here, we've got the shooting show in our new a 460 Rowland kit on sale as well. Georgia Arms has the best prices for custom grade ammunition that I'm aware of in the United States. And guess what else? They're helping to support our shooting show. Friends, give them a call today. Free phone call, free catalog, 1-800-624-6861, 1-800-624-6861, Georgia Arms, and please remember to tell them that you heard it and saw it here on our program. You know, friends, a while back somebody asked me, said, well, Johnny, you shoot those guns pretty fast on TV sometimes. Does that give the right impression? I said, well, let me give you my comment. Let's just show again what these battle rifles are capable of. No, I'm not shooting blanks. Absolutely not. Full metal jacket ammo, actually. And I said, let's go ahead and put it on safe. Unload it. There we go. Pick it up a minute. I said, you know, it really doesn't matter how fast we shoot or not. And I'll remind you that Switzerland, the households in Switzerland, they have full auto guns, not semi-auto, not a bad group actually. They have full auto guns. They don't have a crime problem. You know what else? Switzerland is the only country in the world that does not belong to the evil United Nations. Think about that. Because they understand. Yes, they have full auto. You know, friends, it doesn't matter how fast we shoot. It doesn't even matter what we have. Because the anti-gun people are never going to be satisfied until they're all taken away. Just like in England, where they're all taken away. Now their crime rate is above that of the United States, now the divided states. Not a bad, see what you can do with these things. Full power battle rifle, extreme rapid fire capability and accuracy as well. This doesn't matter how fast we shoot. Wouldn't matter if it was full auto. The anti-gun people want them all. Single shot, shotguns, doesn't matter. They won't be happy, they never will be happy until their police state worldwide is in effect. And that's what it's about. No, it doesn't matter if we shoot fast or slow or what. It's the simple fact we can shoot anything at all that is so upsetting to the anti-gun people. I would not if you want one of these battle rifles, be it an FAL or one of the G3s, I would not put it off, friends. Even if I had to go to the bank and borrow a little money to purchase one, I don't know how long they'll be available. A lot of you are aware that we do conversions on the 45 ACP Smith & Wesson revolvers. Really nice conversion because these are really nice guns. And yes, I hope that Smith & Wesson looks like they're going to back out on that deal somehow or another. The president who signed from Smith & Wesson that signed the agreement, he's now making lawnmowers, so it couldn't happen to a nicer, more deserving person if you ask me. Anyway, all the advantages of having a revolver in our cartridge. One, you get 44 Magnum performance, you get about half the recoil you'd expect, plus instant loading with the clip held cartridges there. But we have another, let me go ahead and unload this. We have just one of the neatest guns you ever saw, friends. This is a Smith & Wesson mountain gun. I'm going to show you the differences in a moment. But this is the 625 with a slender barrel. And you know, they made these in 44 Magnums. They made some in 41 Magnum. A few years ago, they made them in 45 Colt. But I tell you, with our cartridge, this is really the best of this entire production run. Of course, they're not producing them in our cartridge. We have to convert them. But this is just one of the nicest guns you ever saw, because it's lightweight. It's no bigger than, say, a 357 Magnum, but has much, much more horsepower with our cartridge. But let me show you something briefly about the loading possibilities with these the revolvers, the 45 ACP revolvers, especially converted to our 460 Rowland cartridge. Let's take a look at that now. Now, a lot of us are familiar with the full moon clip here, and certainly, but this is how it actually began back in the around the era of World War I, was a half moon clip, and see how it holds the 3 shells and you put them in the cylinder. Well, there's one more option that a lot of us haven't seen, and it's right here. How about the 3rd moon clip? And this is really a great idea, and I tell you who makes these, because this way you can load 2 and 2 and 2, different loads if you want to, or you just shoot a couple or one. You can take out two instead of having to remove the entire clip. Let's get a number here. This is Ranch Products, and they're in Malena, Ohio, and that's their official address, and their number is area 313-277-3118. Again, 313-277-3118. But that also, and of course we're familiar with the auto rim cartridge as well. Realize it has a thicker rim to do away with the clip there. But let me tell you what, do not try and supercharge these auto rim cartridges, because the way we have our 460 cases, we have a very, very thick web here which protects this bolt cut. The Smith & Wessons are pretty thin in the bottom of that bolt cut, and there's just no point in hurting a good gun, much less yourself. These things are very, very durable, but no, don't try and make 460s out of the auto rim cartridge cases there, because you're going to really create some problems for yourself. So anyway, let's take a look at the differences here. This is the mountain gun, and notice how, let's compare it to our regular configurated or more standard configurated. This is my converted 625. In fact, this is old number one here. But you notice the difference in the barrel. You've got this heavy underlug on the barrel, which does help to reduce recoil. Yes, it is heavier though, and this is a very desirable option, this mountain gun. See how much slimmer the barrel is? And you have a short underlug here. Of course, that's where your ejector rod is. But you'll notice the two, there's a huge amount of metal difference there. This is also a 4-inch barrel. This is a 5, actually. And there are other differences as well. And yes, we know. See, the latch is made differently from the older style Smith & Wesson. This is the older style latch, and of course we know these guns are empty. We've checked them and checked them and checked them. But see the firing pin here on the hammer of the older style, and look at the firing pin here. It's in the frame like a lot of other gun makers have done. This is a change that Smith & Wesson has made in just the last couple of years. Also, there is a different bit of metal right here as compared to the old style here. There are other subtle differences as well. These are all round butt guns now, so you can fit it with a variety of grips. And on the mountain type guns, the front sight is very easily changed. Well, it is on the others too, for that matter. Of course, some of the older Smith & Wessons, it was very, very difficult to change the front sight at all. But just some differences. This, it goes back several years, and this is the latest production from Smith & Wesson.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Let me fully disclose my feelings about America Online. I do not like the company. I do not like their politics, and I do not like their service. When I had America Online, I frequently found it impossible to download big programs. They would take so long that the little dialog box would pop up when I wasn't looking and tell me that I had not been using the computer and would I like to stay connected. By the time I looked at the screen again, I was offline. I concluded that America Online would be better named America Offline. So I turned them off permanently. Now I'm urging you to do the same, even if you like the quality of their service. By patronizing AOL, you are aiding and abetting the enemy of freedom. Please let me explain. Reports are frequently received at Gun Owners of America that AOL filters out pro-Second Amendment websites. Now AOL has decided to escalate their war against our firearms freedoms. The Ogden, Utah office has fired 3 men pretty much because they are gun owners. Luke Hansen, Paul Carlson, and Jason Melling were well aware of the anti-self-defense prohibition on guns in the workplace at AOL where they worked. They respected this dangerous workplace requirement. However, one day they were in the parking lot, which is leased but not owned by AOL. On their own time, they were seen transferring firearms into the trunk of Hansen from the other trunks of the other individuals on their way to the shooting range. Because of that, they were fired. The 3 are in court, but more should be done to support these 3 freedom fighters. Sarah Thompson, a medical doctor and director of the Utah Gun Owners Alliance, has called for a boycott of AOL. I agree. I would urge that you do 2 things. Contact the folks at keepandbeararms.com on the web and sign up for their internet access service. If all you want is email, that is free. The keepandbeararms.com internet service is competitively priced with AOL and is for unlimited service. Then call your AOL service representative and tell someone there why they are losing your business. Be polite, just be firm. You could also call the AOL national representative in Northern Virginia who is covering this issue and tell him what you have done. His name is Nicholas Graham. His number is 703-265-1746. This is a twofer, folks. You're helping a great group at keepandbeararms.com, where you ought to be checking every day for firearms-related news anyway, and no longer will you be enriching a rabidly anti-gun company. From Washington, this is Larry Pratt for Gun Owners of America.
For more information or to join Gun Owners of America, you can call them. Free phone call, 888-886-GUNS, 888-886-4867. Remember, friends, they're helping us to stay on the air. Let's please support them as well.
Now, if we have enough light out here for our chronograph, I hope we do. We'll see if we do. Let's go ahead. Here's the huge difference in converting one of these guns from 45 ACP to our 460. Got our chronograph set right here. Let's go ahead and run a 45 through it, like so. Okay, 785 feet per second out of the 4-inch barrel. Now let's shoot our 460, one of our factory loads through it. (1,650 feet per second. Now, friends, you can see that is a huge performance difference. In fact, you can't get these kinds of numbers with a 44 Magnum, not in a 4-inch barrel revolver. You can't do it. But our stubby little cartridge really has some advantages. And I wish, you know, we've talked Smith & Wesson about chambering for it. And of course, Dan Wesson is behind in production. They're doing so well with it. The cartridge is really doing well, but this would be a great thing for us if they would actually, we could license them to make them. I don't know if we ever will or not. I flatly don't know. But you see the potential that these guns have.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
for folding stocks, for pistol grips, for regular stocks, for replacement stocks, for magazine extension tubes for your shotgun, for magazine replacement springs for your shotgun. How about the executive eye scraper, the executive letter opener, all from Choate Machine and Tool when you call for a free catalog. You can get the executive letter opener, a multi-purpose tool, or the executive eye scraper, a multi-purpose tool, for only your choice, only $2 when you call for a free Choate catalog. You can get both of them for $4, a $10 value. Friends, if you're a shooter or a gun owner, you need one of the Choate Machine and Tool Company catalogs. Call them today, 1-800-972-6390. In Ball Knob, Arkansas, they're helping to support our project. You need one of their catalogs. Again, 1-800-972-6390. And please remember to tell them that you saw it here on our show. You know, the 44 Magnum is a great cartridge, but it has a lot of noise and a lot of recoil. Wouldn't it be nice to have the same power level in the slim and compact and lightweight 1911 style gun? Same power level, not nearly as much or recoil. You can have it with our pistol kit. Here's the 45 Auto on a water bottle target. Now let's shoot the other target with the same gun fitted with our 460 Rowland pistol kit. Or how about the power of this lever action rifle in a lightweight, handy semi-automatic carbine? The 460 Rowland MechTech carbine conversion unit for the 1911 frame is only $345 plus shipping, and the 460 Rowland pistol kit for the 1911 pistol is only $275 plus shipping.
Friends, let me remind you, a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or on the internet at jimshouseofvideos.com. Also, I want to mention our support group. We have custom leatherwork and saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana, all kinds of leatherwork. For your communications needs in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, we have Brooks Communication there in Albuquerque. For League of the South information and grass shooting discipline rules, and also firearms training in South Carolina, called Dennis Crocker. And we have for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, Gearlings Equipment Rental. And we have Mike and Sherry Harris Pilot Services and Consulting as well there in South Carolina. Friends, we're out of time. We'll see you on the next show.